What's up, gang, and welcome back aboard the Paper Starship, where it's about keeping the Mediaverse connected. I'm your Starship pilot Redux, and today I'm again finding myself at odds with the modern mainstream movie audience. Although this time it's a movie that's received terrible reviews that I feel is one of the best films to come out this year. We're here to discuss the subversive, misunderstood, and underappreciated Francis Ford Coppola film, Megalopolis. I'll just start by saying Megalopolis is a really good and special movie because it captures what movies are supposed to be. There is this dreamlike quality to so much of the film, but it's almost a mask for a very direct social and pop cultural commentary about the modern state of the West and its want to keep everything in a sort of time vacuum instead of embracing the uncertain possibilities of an innovative and better tomorrow. It's visual storytelling at its finest, highlighted by a star-studded cast that provides amazing performances from top to bottom. From the main roles played by Adam Driver and Natalie Emmanuel, to the smaller characters embodied by Shia LaBeouf and Jon Voight, everyone buys into the film and how their piece of the puzzle fits into the whole. And with a self-financed passion project like this, sometimes just having people who are willing to trust and share in your vision is one of the biggest make or breaks for something with the scope of Megalopolis. There's a lot to unpack with this film, but before we get into things, make sure to like and subscribe and do those things that the algorithm likes. Now, I'm not here to fully analyze the movie, more to hopefully convince people to give a fair shake to one of the most creative movies I've seen in quite some time. And it's, for lack of a better term, being shat on by people who just don't want to think. And I will stand by that phrase because so many bad reviews just say, it doesn't make sense, it's too whimsical and all over the place. Dude, I've grown up on Hideo Kojima games, 5 Metal Gear Solid titles and Death Stranding. This level of surreal auteurism don't faze me. I would say that if you're a Hideo Kojima fan, you will probably love this movie. It plays like a lost Kojima game about architecture and reconnecting humanity. You can already see the game box. Megalopolis is what I would call a creatives movie for creatives. I think any artist, writer, filmmaker, or inventor will find some piece of themselves in this movie. It's a love story at its core and a story about humanity wrapped up in an aesthetic I can only compare to the 1999 film adaptation of Titus Andronicus, mixing the setting, garb, and dialect of the Roman Empire with the modern era. Megalopolis also obviously pays tribute to the 1927 film Metropolis, with its themes of the utopic dystopia. But Megalopolis updates its social and cultural critiques to convey the current state of things a century after Metropolis painted its sci-fi dark vision of the Industrial Revolution. There's something special about this as a love letter to cinema in a way. I feel like this will end up getting the same treatment of Vanilla Sky or something like that after all is said and done, which, for those of you that don't know, Vanilla Sky is a movie that when it came out was seen as a what the hell is this kind of movie? And over time it has become recognized at the very least as an interesting piece of cinema Tom Cruise did between Jerry Maguire and some of the Mission Impossible movies. Megalopolis is not a movie I see being loved by the masses.
No composition! The composition of the frames aren't telling the story!
You didn't write that down, though, on the comment.
No, I wrote boo!
And it's not without some flaws. It can jump around kind of abruptly, and my only production knock would be that the soundtrack is kind of underwhelming. But it more than makes up for it with visual artistry. Megalopolis deserves to be rated much higher than it is on Rotten Tomatoes. Maybe not even by audiences, but at least by critics. It's a real disservice to the film industry that this movie is not, for lack of a better term, being put on a pedestal. Because it's a movie that reminds people of the things dreams and movies are made of. I think if you're someone who enjoys surreal-like films with a lot of underlying commentary to unpack, and most of all, if you like good cinema, and by that I mean the art and business of film rather than just the end product itself, you will enjoy Megalopolis. I think it's a subversive masterpiece and one of the best movies I've seen all year. But that's my 2 cents on the film, guys. I really do not want to give anything away because it's just a film you will need to choose to dive in yourself and see or not. But I would hope you're willing to take that risk. Thanks again for joining me on another Whim of a Madman Against the Grain movie take.
The whim of a madman.
But I hope this video has been informative enough to get some of you to watch Megalopolis and open up a discussion with others in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on the film if you have watched it, and as always, gang, know your time, feedback, and support are always appreciated here on the Paper Starship. But take it easy, stay steezy, and I will see you on the next one.
You didn't write that down, though, in the comments.
No, I wrote boo.